2022 R nineT from BMW. Hey, I appreciate you supporting the channel. I do have some new merch in. If you want to wear one of these cool shirts and look spiffy while doing it and supporting a good cause, please check out the link in the description for our merchandise. This is the option 719. So this is the upfit model. It's going good. These BMW guys are super nice. Unfortunately, we won't be doing any burnouts, wheelies, or anything else because BMW is like very about safety, which is okay. I don't want to die, and it's not my bike. But it's definitely not like the Harley guys over there that are just like, come back with the pieces if you crash. A couple things to get interested in about the 22 model. There's a lot of different upgrades. They're kind of subtle, but they're worth noting. First off, they're using the new stricter Euro 5 emission regulations, so they put new cylinder heads on this model. Not only to make it run cleaner, but also it gives it a little bit more torque down low. They also, if you notice, the cylinder heads are a little bit more rounded. You see on the R9T version a little bit of aesthetic upgrades, especially with all of the brushed aluminum and the tank completely brushed aluminum. Of course, that is an option with the upfit. And the suspension is also electronically adjustable. This is a 1200 oil-cooled, air-cooled, oil-cooled. No wheelies?
No wheelies.
No burnouts?
All right.
No slingshotting?
Keep it on 2 wheels.
Keep it on 2 wheels. If you crash, please get all the pieces.
We'll gather all the pieces.
Oh, you'll gather all of me or the bike or both. All right. The guys here are nice. That's one of the things that kind of, I mean, they have a job to do, right? Look at that. You rev it and it does the whole boom boom like normal. I was looking at the specs online. I'll throw them on the screen, but it was like 109 horsepower. I'm going to try to demo a few of these, so be sure to subscribe up to the channel. But yeah, pretty nice. Lockable gas cap, LEDs. Definitely got the shake and shimmy, for sure. So when it comes to riding in formation, unfortunately, it's a little bit tricky because you really can't give the bike the what for. But immediately, this bike definitely has a feel that's similar to my 1200 GSA, but very flickable, very light. Red line on this is 8,500. It's in road mode. Wow, there's a lot of torque on this. I'm gonna flip it over to dynamic, rain, road. Let's go to dynamic, just for the heck of it. Oh yeah, very nice. Let's raise the visor down. I like the noise. This has a Akrovich pipe on it, which is kind of cool. Gives it a little bit. Oh yeah, yeah. Definitely. Wow, this bike handles so well. Oh, man. I like it. Wow, this bike got excellent cornering ability, and the power is right there. Nice bike, very nice. That is a factory rider. He's probably gonna yell at me. I was slingshotting. Brakes are top on. I just chirped it and got the front ABS going, but pretty slick indeed. Pretty slick indeed. Surprising that they get this much power out of an oil-cooled deal. He stalled it. Okay, clutch is on the left. And it's not yours, so give her some. Here we go. Yeah. A lot of power. Does really good. I like it. Buttery shifting as well. Very, very nice. And you know, the suspension on this is dialed in. So I've ridden a lot of bikes before, and BMW is just, they surpass my expectations when it comes to the whole package, you know? I mean, they just do a good job. The brakes on this are dialed in, the suspension's dialed in, everything is right there. And the power curve on this bike is phenomenal. So there's 6th gear, 60 miles an hour, just over 3,000 RPMs. Wow. So I'm 6'4", and that's a pretty tall, you know, build for a motorcycle, so to speak, right? But the riding position is nice. It's more of an upright. I can easily, you know, take weight off the seat if I need to. The seat is a little scoop, so you're kind of pushed into it, almost Recaro style, if you will. You've got like a 120-degree corner here, so I always try to lay right into it just to. Yeah, it's nice. It's good. And look at that torque. I mean, just excellent torque. Excellent. So the sales guy said to me that I would find that this bike was like my GS, but the sport version of it, and I have to admit that that is a fairly good comparison. The bike very much reminds me of my GS. It's definitely got some power down on the low side, but then it wants to wind. And my GS, I don't know, it seems like my GS has a little bit more torque down low than this one. As far as horsepower goes, I mean, we're what? We're 25 horse shy of that, so it's a little different. Now this road is pretty bumpy in some areas, going over these bumps, and this bike is soaking up the bumps no problem whatsoever. I mean, it's actually perfect. So I'm really hit this bump right here. See, no problems at all. Very, very, very well designed suspension, and you know, you feel the suspension, and the bike just soaks up the corner. And it's not overly aggressive as far as the ride. I'm just comparing this back to a Harley Davidson sport bike that I just rode not that long ago, the Sportster S, which is like the sport bike Harley's making now, and it was awful. The suspension was just over the top, ridiculously stiff, and going into corners the bike just wanted to plow. This bike just, it wants to give and it wants to continue, and it has the cornering that you want. So really, really nice. I'm not sure if I would go with the Albatross aluminum brushed finish. It is kind of classy for sure. I mean, it literally looks like brushed aluminum, probably because that's what it is. I'm like more of the murdered outlook myself, but very tame bike, very quiet, nice, but when you crack it, I mean, it's got that nice sound. So this has a hydraulic clutch instead of the cable. So again, really going back to the 1200 platform, pretty much everything's the same. I think I'm in love. I think I got a little man crush going on. This has a steering dampener built into it as well. The shifting on this thing is just buttery smooth. Really, really is. Don't slingshot, you'll get yelled at. But yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. Pleasantly surprised. Heated hand grips as well from the factory. Cruise control from the factory. Starbucks gift card from the factory. Speeding ticket from the factory. I want to try out the sport bike from BMW, but I think that I would die. My legs would get chopped off. Yeah. The bars are a little buzzy. I definitely get a little bit of the buzzy feel, but I think it's because of the, I mean, this is a lightweight bike, and the suspension on this is definitely different than the GS as well. I mean, this is what I'm comparing it to because it's very similar in certain areas bike, but man, this bike ripping around like a street, city street. Jump up on the sidewalk, clear a few park benches if you have to. Yeah, I think that's where this bike would shine. Shine it would. Same exact mirrors too from the GS, which I don't really care for. But cool deal. All right, we're gonna go on the back side of the speedway here, and we'll try cracking it open again and see what happens. Okay, and we're back. Gotta behave because this guy in front of me is one of the factory guys, and don't want to get in trouble. Want to be able to ride some more. I like this bike. There's one thing I really like about this bike, and that is the lightweight, powerful engine combination. I can't believe that the 1200 oil-cooled engine is this much fun. I thought it was going to be a toilet. It's not. I mean, listen to the noise this thing makes when you get it on the rev limiter. Listen. I could listen to that thing for hours. Yeah, I don't know how much they let you crack it open here, but I would love to just flog this pony. Harley riders, that's the problem. Oh, see that guy right there? He's got the 1000. There we go. Oh, and the brakes are just as good. Nice. Yeah, he's a nice guy. I like him. We're gonna go this way. The ABS is not overly aggressive on this either, so I mean, it makes it fun, like you're connected to the bike. I like it. Well, you know, we're conclusion of the ride here, but I gotta tell you, pleasantly surprised with this bike. Like, really pleasantly surprised. This ended up being like, can I go on a demo ride? And yeah, here's the bikes that are left, and I chose this one, but I chose well. I'm very impressed. I gotta tell you, BMW, I mean, they do their research. This is not like they just release a bike to the public and then have fun. Very, very, very impressed with it. Let me know what your thoughts are. You got a BMW, you want to think about doing a test drive, I definitely recommend this 22R 10T 10RT. Definitely recommend riding one of these bikes if you get a chance. Very, very fun bike to ride. Thanks again for your time, and let me know your comments on the channel below, and till next time, please ride safe, bud.